Okay. Baratani Bamoya. Divine helper. Soul partner. And also known as twin flame. Okay. Tobela, we're going to talk about divine helper. We're going to talk about Baratani Bamoya. And I'm going to be answering a question related to Baratani Bamoya because I haven't spoken about it for a long time. And since I believe I am going towards expertise kind of level, so I might just talk about it and talk about the stages that some of us find ourselves in when it comes to Baratani Bamoya, divine helper, and what it is, and the misunderstanding around divine helper. Remember that if you are in this process, or if you're you're in on this journey of the soul partner path, there's not going to be any misunderstanding with what you're going through. You will know what it is that you're going through because you will have your guides with you at all times, helping you understand the stages that you were in. Anyway, so my pepper is not burning. Let's try to make it burn. Sage, for those who understand sages. So we are burning it so that we can feel lightheadedness, some lightheadedness, because when we're going to talk about this soul path, like I said, someone was saying that, let me just read the message from this so that I talk about what this topic is all about. Today's topic is all about. Okay. All right. So I'll read a comment from where is that? From K Gray. Okay. Tobela Mogolutlo. Could you talk more on Baratani Bamoya? I hope I spelled that correctly. What is called twin flames and what I think is one's life partner. You have explained the dynamics of it and that it is difficult. Yes, it is very, very difficult, especially in the early stages when you are still to get hold of what it is that you're experiencing. But as time goes on, you can get in and out of difficulties, right? Okay. However, I would like to understand that if a person has been chosen for you to be your life partner romantically, remember that divine helper, Lerato Lamoya, twin flame, the person comes to help you in your spiritual path. At the beginning, yes, emotions involved. You might confuse what it is that you are experiencing, and you might forget a little bit of where you're going, because when the feelings are involved and the comfort of the niceness that one feels at the early stages, you forget the spiritual bit of things, right? So then you can go lean towards the romantic beat and forget yourself and get really hurt when you start going spiritual, because you still be addicted to the romance beat, the feeling of niceness, the feeling of what it feels like to feel that pure state of being in the love mood. Pure. Ooh. You just want to cuddle. Some even want to go as far as do the things that people do, eating fruits Hey, yeah, it is something else. Then how and when does it become that they don't be together? How can you be introduced to someone, right? Oh, now this person is talking about two different things. One is life partner, right? Life partner. Life partner is totally different from, you can say life partner, right? Because remember that when we're talking about the physical and the soul, it's two different things. Soul partner is a soul partner, is part of your soul. It's nothing to do with physical. Yes, you'll be the physical living person, someone with legs, walking like you, and he is or she is exactly you. Everything about what it is that you need, that person comes to fulfill all that is lost, all that is you, all that you need, all that is deep within your soul. The person comes in bearing beautiful love, gift, right? So you might get a little bit confused, especially if hey, we'll talk about it. And today I'm going to be honest with you and talk about it, how it is like. Anyway, okay. Now, because we're talking about, okay, how and when does it become that they don't be together? How can you be introduced to that person that fulfills every bit of your being, and that the beautifulness bit of it is cut short? How come you cannot be with them? The love of your soul, your other half. I mean, what else can I say? It is what it is, right? It is what it is. You were born for that person. The person was born for you. But then life happens. Reality. We're going to talk about reality. Reality is that a human being is born into this lifetime so that they can experience what they came here to experience. But remember, that other one, the soul partner, aka also known as the twin, comes in to help you fix the damage that were done to the soul. I'm talking about the soul and the physical, right? Now, the person comes in, is your divine helper. That person comes in to deal with the spiritual bit of things. But then they come physically as well to help you deal with the physical bit of things, the mental and the emotional bit of things. But then the main important thing is the spiritual bit of things. But then we get caught up with the romance. Imagine seeing. Hey, how can you not think about when you're thirsty and you know that that fruit fits your mouth? It is the food that was created specifically for you to eat. But then when it comes in, as in a matter, physical being, you cannot. Your ancestor spirits and guides and the divine says no, it is not the time. The person comes in to help you fix what is already something that needs to be fixed. And it is there to help you grow spiritually. Then you get confused. You enter into a confused state of mind. Then you start writing about how and when does it become that they don't be together. That is when it gets difficult. Now, okay, the question here is, what to you are the links between what your guys are teaching about given assigned life partners and the teachings of twin flames? There are a lot of teachers on YouTube that teach this spiritual knowledge. What to me are the links? To me are not the links. To me, I'm living it. That is the path that my soul decided to live. So I am living it with the guidance of my ancestor spirits and guides and the source helping on this path. So it is not something that you read about and talk about. It is not something that you understand by reading about other people's experience. It is something that you experience If you don't experience it, then you wouldn't know what it is that we are talking about when we're talking about Baratani Bamoya, soul partner. You can talk about it, you can read about it and talk about it, but when you live it, they're totally different things, because it is an experience. It is something that has to be experienced to be able to understand it. And even when you understand it, it is something that takes a long time for people to understand what it is that they're experiencing. Anyway, let's go back to the live session as I was reading what this topic is all about, what was the question asked, and what I'm going to be answering. Okay, so let's go to the live session and greet you guys out there. Okay, I see Mon Tobela, Makosi, Aubakwi, Khanya, and we Khani. Yes, so this is a path that has to be lived. If you haven't lived it, then it's difficult to understand it. And if you haven't experienced it, it is difficult to understand it. It is a path that some of us who are going on a self-initiation journey have to go through it, because we, instead of being given a mentor where your ancestors, they show you showing you how to divine. They show you showing you how to do the cleansing. They show you helping you heal the things that you need to heal when you're on this spiritual path before you can hear your ancestors. But now, ancestors, they cannot do everything that they need to do. Like, they cannot be spiritually there and be physically there with you. So what happens is that they have to send you a reminder, someone to come in to remind you of who you were before you went through things that people go through that were uncomfortable in life, or before you went through the things that people go through in their life path, the journey of the soul, right? Because remember, some of us haven't only lived like this in this earthly realm, we have lived in other dimension and other dimensional state. So this soul partner comes in because they have been with you in all the dimensional state. You see, even when they start revealing things to you, that you have been there with them before you were a human being with legs and eyes and wearing these things that I'm wearing. You were there with them, living like as stones. If the stones have souls, we're going to talk about it. If stones have souls. But what I'm trying to say is that this person doesn't come to you because you're here living it up, right? They come in. It's like an emergency kind of thing. The divine sees fit that you need help. But then the help has to be coming in the form of a human being. That human being share a little bit of their life, their soul journey with you. They have been through different journeys with you. So they're coming in. Their ancestors, your ancestors, they're like this together. They're working like this together. That is why you see, when you have this soul partner, you even share dreams, or you can actually be in their dreams, meaning that you can be dreaming with them. You can share the same dream with them. You can see through their eyes, their life, how they're living, as in physical, what the reality, right? We are not spiritual now. Reality. You can walk with them on the road using their eyes, but you will be spiritually there with them. Your higher self, to alignment with the higher self, you'll be there with them because already you have merged, right? You'll be there with them, seeing what it is that they're experiencing. Yes, it can become like some people, they might think it is like invasive, right? But it is not. It is what it is. This is spiritual. Because if we're talking about invasion of privacy, then that means even our ancestors, they're invading in our privacy, because sometimes they show us things that we believed we were just experiencing them without people seeing what it is that we were doing, right? So things like that. These people are there for that reason. They will be with you. I mean, they pop in and out of your life when you need them. They are in your life when you need them most. They are out of your life when you don't need them. But because you're caught up in feelings, you want to feel you know, like you want. People get addicted to the feeling of love. So when you are separated, when your ancestor spirits and guides and the source want you to experience things or to see what it is that that person has revealed to you that you need to look into, then you get like you can't help it. You get caught up in those feelings, and it becomes difficult for you to manage your life because you want that feeling of being in that state of being in a purest kind of love. Who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want to feel that? Anyway, let's see what you are saying out there. Pastor is saying, Makosi Mkulu, can I ask you a question different from the topic? Babaka, hello. Pastor, we can't talk about different topics today. We're talking about this one. We're talking about Baratani Mamoya, also known as the twin, also known as soul partner, also known as divine helper. Then what happens actually? What happens when you are the family man, family woman? What do you call it? What happens if these people comes in and you're there, surrounded by all that? What it is? This person said life partner, romantical life partner. What happens when they come in and you're there playing wife or playing husband? They come in and help you see things as you're supposed to see them, and you get confused. Oh, what happens there? Who is this person? The demon has come in. Some people, they actually even think that these people, because actually they come, they torment a lot of you guys in dreams because they have to help ancestors. Really, they have to be in your dream state a lot because remember, at the early stages, they have to be constant because whatever it is that they are showing you, if your ancestors are finding it difficult to reach your soul, they find your partner, your soul partner, to come in and reach you faster because they are the ones who knows you, right? They know every trick about you. So they will come in and be constant in your dream state. And people start thinking that they are being bewitched. How come? I'm supposed to be thinking about a hubby here. I'm supposed to be thinking about my wife here. Then I've got someone there in the dream state, and it is not my wife, it's not my husband. And they're there constantly making me feel things that I'm supposed to be feeling, but I don't want to acknowledge. Hey! Yeah. We are talking about the lovers who cannot be physically lovers, but some of them have reached the state where they can physically be lovers because they have gone through the clearing, all the clearing. They've gone through, they've taken all they've mended their soul, right? They've made it as pure as it can be, and they're matured spiritually in a way that when they come in this lifetime, they manage to be together because they've done everything that have to be done. Remember that if things have been done to you, or if you've gone through things, right? If you've gone through things that it is difficult for you to go further up, to open that bit of yourself, so that remember that this is the journey of the soul, right? We're not talking about the physical living being. We're talking about the soul now. The soul, right? Your soul. Remember, when you die, it continues, right? It continues. You might come in a different lifetime as something else. So if you're damaged in this lifetime and you come to the next lifetime as damaged as the old lifetime has made you. So in the next lifetime, you have to clear all that damage. You have to mend. You have to do things so that your soul can grow, right? You can grow. So if you've got a lot of things that are like destructive things, so you cannot grow. This is when we see even our ancestors, right? Ancestors. Now remember that this is self-initiation journey kind of thing. Remember, even our ancestors, when they come to us, you see a lot of them, they still need us to help them heal. Because remember, it's not them, it's their soul. We need to help them heal their soul through us, as they chosen us to help them heal even within the family. They help us to heal the soul, right? Because remember, we're gonna be, if we don't, oh, this is falling apart. If we don't heal that, that means whoever that comes after, the descendant, the ones who the people who comes after, like if I don't heal my soul, my children, they're gonna carry a little bit of that gene. If I was damaged, okay, when I'm saying damage, remember that my language today might be like as I'm supposed to say it. If there are things that made me really, really hurt, like they disturbed my peace and I die with that disturbance, my children, I mean, if I give back to my children during that process where I'm still damaged, my children are going to inherit a little bit of that. You will see you're going to have nervous children and stuff like that. Right? So we are helping the soul, right? So that the soul journey becomes pure in its format, right? The next generation, the ones who the soul comes into, if it comes as clear as it's supposed to, that means you're going to have like happy people, right? Right? You're going to have happy people. People who are not nervous about things that don't make sense. People who are not easily triggered about things that they don't understand, because they inherited things that from ancestors that were not comfortable. So we come in like this. So to help fast track that process, that's why we are given a divine helper to help that soul, to help us heal that bit quicker, because it's through the awakening of that, meeting the soul partner, awakening you by looking at you. It depends on how they find you and they activate you. By listening to them, they say something, because remember, they come with codes. They say something, then it awakens you. It lightens up something, right? It triggers you to remember who you are, so that the process can begin. So you can heal faster. You can grow faster. Your soul can process faster. And it can go into doing what it is meant to be doing, not having to be stagnant because of the things that the soul is carrying that are difficult to discard, the uncomfortable things, right? So these people, they come in to help us look at the things that are uncomfortable, look at the things that can be hindrance to our soul purpose. That's the divine helper. Now, when they come in and you're married, it takes a lot of understanding, because remember, when they come in, the people that you're with, there's gonna be a lot of changes happening. If they come in and you're in a married setting, they're gonna change a lot of things. Remember, that person comes in, it is exactly what your soul is all about. It fits everything about you, fits you spiritually, fits you physically, fits you emotionally, fits you mentally, fits you in all other dimensional states. So this is you and how you are supposed to be if you were operating in a clear form. Now, if they find you and you are in a marital state, and the people that you're with, they do not understand that this is a divine helper, and you don't know how to, your ancestors' spiritual guides are not helping you faster to make things easier to the people that you're with, then it becomes difficult. We're talking about some people, they get caught up with the feelings, right? And they go through divorces because they think they're supposed to be playing hide and seek in between blankets. You're making me feel this good. Ooh, hold me like this. You know how to. So they forget what they're here for. And then when the people leave them, then they start wondering how come. How come? They start blaming the other divine lover. Divine helper, how come you came in, you messed up my marriage? How come you came in, you messed up my love life? How come you came in? Remember, you start playing what they call it, blame games. Because you are refusing still to face yourself. Facing yourself means that you have to look at that person, the divine helper, your soul partner, the person who came in to help you grow, right? You have to look at them. You have to face them to see what it is that they're coming to you for, what it is that they're bringing to you, to awareness, because they cannot control either what it is that they're experiencing around you. Because remember, the whole thing is guided by the divine, by the source. Even ancestors, they'll be juggling with you, trying to hold you together. Please fall into our hands. Oh, you're about to fall. You're going to hurt yourself. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. You, right? I'm talking about the people, your guides, because you'll be so much caught up into all that feelings that you forget you're supposed to be caught up in spirituality. Anyway, let's see what you guys are saying. You're saying other things there. Tobela, I can't see properly. Let's see. Let's go to the comments. Okay, Tobela Payne Opani, late for class. Will it be available on your videos? Yes, it will be available on my this live session. It will still be there. Yes, you get caught up in feelings, which is the most difficult thing about being in this spiritual path. Remember that it is not supposed to be, even though it mimics everything romantical. Like I said, if you're matured enough, then it will become clear that you will be with this person as you're meant to be. But if you're not matured enough, I'm talking about spiritual, you haven't gone through the proper healing process, because they are coming for it. They are coming for proper healing. They are coming to put you in the sea, while others, they go into the river to cleanse. They are coming to put you in the sea, leave you there for 5 months, so you can cleanse, you can heal. And when you think you're healed, they come and put you deep inside into the ocean, right? I'm talking about your divine help. When they're showing you the bit of you that you need to look at and you need to deal with. And some of them, remember that they are not meant to come and mess you mentally. If they come and mess you mentally, which is this is where you need your ancestor spirits and guides to help you in this process, because it's not supposed to be like that. Because some people, they can use your vulnerability and lie to you and say you are my twin, or you are my Lerato Lamoya. No one has to tell you that you're Lerato Lamoya. You will know by force, by fire, that you are on that spiritual path. No one needs to tell you, no one needs to, even me, I don't need to do the divination bones. You will know, because your guys, they'll run towards you to help you, because when you're on that path, they need to be there operating fully. They need to be fully functional. I'm talking about you, the people who are helping you on this path. They need to help you, because you cannot go on that path by yourself. You can't. You need your helpers. You need, I'm talking about the ancestors, spirits and guides. You need them as well with you, helping you understand what it is that you're feeling and you're experiencing, because remember, they are part of it. This person is coming in to be with you so that both of you can help use all your resources so that things can happen faster. When I'm saying all your resources, you come with all that love that two people who are spiritually bound, you come with all that love. You use all the resources that you have. Remember, they are specifically coming here to help you fast track your process. So they will come with all the resources that you need, right? Everything that you need, they will come with it. Everything that they need, you'll be with it. So when you join all those together, you'll be able to align nicely so you can hear your ancestors proper. You can understand what it is that you're here to do. Now, when I'm saying what it is that you're here to do, remember that some of us as healers, we come and we awaken. The first thing that it is that we fix the things that, generational curses and stuff like that, or generational things that our ancestors have gone through. We come in, we fix in the families. Then after that, our ancestors, when they are relaxed, they are nicely aligned with us. So they help us help others, meaning that we become healers, we help the communities. But that is not your soul path. That is not what you came here to do. This is what your ancestors are helping you use. They come with their knowledge, and because you are able to receive them, so they come and give you the gifts. So you can use your gifts. You say you are a healer, right? You can heal others, use the mutis and use all these kind of things, and you help people and stuff like that. But that is not your soul purpose, like I said. Your soul purpose is different. It's different from what you're helping your ancestors with. It's different from what the water spirits are bringing for you, right? That is not your soul purpose. You and that person, he or she is helping you go to your soul purpose. The main important thing that you came here to do, I'm not talking about what, as you go along in this path, spiritual path, you are helping your ancestors, you're helping your water spirits. I'm talking about you, your main soul purpose, right? We're talking about you. Remember that as a human being, you come here, you do the things that you need to do, temporary things, quick things, right? Then you do the other quick things, right? That is you as you're helping people, right? When I'm saying helping people, as you do these things, like me doing these live sessions, right? Talking about this is not my life purpose, right? It's not my life purpose. It's not my soul, my part of my soul journey purpose kind of thing. It's not what I'm here to do. This is part of the things that I am doing as I'm heading towards my life purpose, right? So these people, your divine helper, your soul partner, your also known as twin flame, your Lerato la Moya is coming in to reveal it with you nicely, not to you, is coming in to reveal it with you nicely, right? So that is why you see sometimes they go. You are not with them, even though you want to be with them, so that you can do things that you're supposed to be doing temporarily at that particular time in your life. So then they come in again to help kickstart what you came here to do. So that is why people will say, you go and you go. Some people, like other people, they will say, you come and you are in union, right? It's all nice and nice. Ooh, I haven't seen you for a year or two. Hi, where have you been? Ooh, I'm feeling the feels again. Ooh, I feel a little bit of the Kundalini kicking in. Ooh, is that feeling? It's a spiritual one. Ooh, I feel that kind of thing. Like it's like a, what they call it? It's like a, it's like a romance. It's romantic. Ooh, I feel something. It's like I'm being touched, but I'm not being touched. It's just by talking to you. Because it's the clearing bit of things. They come in, these are the kind of things, the signals, right? They have to keep on reminding you of who you are. So when they go, when they come back, because sometimes doubts kicks in, isn't it? So they have to remind you. Remember, I'm not the same as others. I'm different. I go towards the Kundalini. And you'll be like, Kundalini. Some people will be saying, but Kundalini is different. My Kundalini is kind of painful. I'm not talking about pain here. I'm talking about all the love. The love. Feeling the pain is the pain, right? We are talking about love. They come in and you start talking about heart chakra. You'll be like, there is something called heart chakra. There is something called sacral chakra. And people will be like, how do you feel it? You'll be like, hey, I feel like I'm being touched. Like somehow it feels like the feeling is like not normal, right? It's spiritual, but you can't actually even say it. But it's kind of like spiritual, but it feels like a hey, hey. It's like someone is doing something like this. One job it. They are pressing the button. Hey, even my heart is like someone is pressing the button. I mean, it's like I've just received a text message, or I received a call, or I just spoke to this person, my divine helper. And somehow I feel tingles in my heart. It's like tingles. The next thing my ancestors are saying, are you feeling it? It's like you're hearing. My ancestors, are you hearing it? You're like, am I talking to someone who is actually asking me if I'm hearing it? Are you hearing? Are you feeling the feel? And you're like, I'm talking about these kind of things that you cannot explain to others. And this can only be experienced. You can only understand this if you're going through it. If you haven't gone through this, you will never understand it. And if someone is talking about it, you think they are crazy, they are going crazy. Because obviously if someone is talking and they're talking about things like that, and you're thinking logical, and you are not talking to them using your spiritual ears and spiritual mouth, right? And listening to them and looking at them with the spiritual eyes. So you're going to see them as they see, as you're supposed to see them physically. And you're going to listen to them as you're supposed to listen to them physically. And you're going to hear everything they say. And you're going to be asking yourself, but how come Mgoli Makosi Amakhulu Tlogolo is talking like that? What is happening with Mgoli Makosi Tlogolo? Is something going wrong with Mgoli Makosi Amakhulu Tlogolo? And Mgoli Makosi Amakhulu Tlogolo doesn't care what someone thinks. Because if you are not experiencing it, you wouldn't understand. It is something that has to be understood. The same way as ancestors, spirits and God. You can only talk to someone who understands what you're talking about. And if you're talking to someone who doesn't understand what you're talking about, then it becomes like you're wasting time. But today, we are not wasting time. We are talking about Baratani Bamoya. It is in the language. It is Baratani Bamoya. How do you say it in English? The lovers of air, the soul lovers, Baratani Bamoya. The lovers who are in the spiritual kind of, it's not entanglement, isn't it? It is a beautiful thing, this one. It cannot be entangled. It kinds of nicely connected. It's nicely thing. It's a nice thing. Anyway, let's talk to you. Okay. What elevating with Palesa, triggering and needed to hear. Okay. Yes, it's good to hear. Now, talking about the triggering bit. Now, these people are very good. They are very good if we listen to them. They are very good. Now, remember that as human beings, physical people, we have got ego. We are egoistic. Even me, sometimes you see, I have to keep on adjusting this. I need to look somehow. I need to put lipstick and I think about it, right? We can be caught up in this physical bit of things, the logical and stuff like that. And the ego plays an important part, right? So when we are faced with our divine helper, divine lover, soul partner, the twin, Lerato la Moya, the communication might not flow easily as we expect communication between two people who are supposed to understand each other, supposed to be flowing with an understanding. Remember that if you're spiritually aligned, if you are operating properly as you're supposed to be operating, when you're talking to each other, you will talk with each other. There will be peace. When you're communicating with each other, there will be peace, meaning that everything that you will say it with pure heart. You cannot lie in this path. You cannot lie. You can lie to others. I can lie online here and say something that I don't understand properly, but and say I understand it properly. But when you're faced with your divine lover and you're operating in that peace mode, you cannot, even if you want to. It is as if your higher self have taken over, because obviously you need to understand what each of you is revealing to the other, because you need to reveal information, or they need to reveal information that is very important for your soul. Because remember, they have gone through, now you're operating separately, isn't it? They are going through their life path, which is separate from you. You're going through the life path, which is separate from you. That's why you're not together, right? So you're coming in with information through the life that whatever that you've experienced. Now you're coming at the sharing in the sharing kind of mode with them. So you cannot come in and share things that are not there, things that are imagined. You have to share things that are strictly for the soul, and they have to share things that are strictly for the soul. So that means when you're operating at peace, you'll come in together. And when you're saying things with each other, there will be things, new information that you're getting from this other person. This person will come in with new information that you're getting. And together, when you put it together, it will help your soul, right? But then when you're operating at an ego level, meaning that you still are going through some crazy stuff, that you're still feeling the feels, you're going in there because you still want to kiss, you want to be held and be kissed. You're there, the other person is coming in thinking that they're coming in to share information, and you're coming in with the feels, you're feeling the feels. When you're coming in there will not be a good communication between the two, because you are not operating spiritually, you're operating physical, on your physical beat, emotional and mental. So you are not you're not in alignment properly with each other. So you will see that when you're talking, there's nothing that you're going to be triggering each other, because obviously you have to trigger each other. They have to say things to remind you that you're not healed properly. You're coming here with your issues. Your issues are like this. They say things to you. You're even imagining things. I don't even know what you're talking about. Then you go crazy. You're gonna go home crazy, and you're gonna be thinking about, oh my gosh, you'll be like 24/7, 365 days thinking about what they said and trying to decipher what it is that they said that is good for your soul. And because you'll be caught in feelings, you can't even bring in the sentence together, what it is that they said that will help your soul. You'll be like caught up in feelings, right? We're talking about the reality of things, which is when two lovers, the soul partners, are coming in this physical time to help each other grow. But then they're caught up in other things that they're not supposed to be caught up in. So when they're trying to talk to each other so that they can talk about things that they're both experiencing, they are unable to share what it is that they're experiencing because of the other one is thinking about other things. Why can't you just hold me and just kiss me? Mwah, that's all I need. Looking at you with that lipstick, won't even come close. Hey, let's see what you guys are saying. What can you say about partners chosen by ancestors for you to marry? Remember, like I'm saying now, I'm talking about the soul partner. There is a soul partner. There is the person that you meet that is gonna be there with you, that you're gonna be with them, and you're gonna be building a nice life together and stuff like that. Now, actually, with that, I've written something here that I need to share with you. I'm just answering the last question. What can you say about partners chosen by ancestors for you to marry? Now, let me just rephrase this, because this is where it is going. All right. Okay, this is what I've written, right? Could twin flame or soul partner selection by ancestors be an intervention where they have seen you have made the wrong kind of choices or no choices at all about finding the person who will make you whole? Now, I'm going back to the question that you answered. So, remember that when it comes to the person that you are with, the person who you're supposed to be with, okay, let's just talk about relationship as a whole. Sometimes when we are caught up in feelings, our decisions in those kind of the feeling kind of mood where you feel something, right? You don't think about things properly the way you're supposed to think about them. Sometimes some relationship that people get into, they get into relationships that are fulfilling a particular thing at a particular time in their lives. They get married. Now, sometimes people get married for the wrong reasons. Or sometimes at that time they thought they were making the right decisions and they get married. Now, when you're operating fully with ancestors, they will show you when you're meeting someone, they will show you that this person is the right person for you. And they will show you if this is a relationship that is going to be long lasting or is going to be a relationship that is not going to be long lasting. But like I said, when you're caught up in feelings, you are not going to listen to what your ancestors are saying to you. Right? You are not going to listen to what your ancestors are saying to you. That is when you're caught up in feelings. Now, sometimes our ancestors will direct you towards the person who will be good for you, for your soul, right? Will be helping you reach the state that your soul is supposed to be reaching in this lifetime. Meaning that you will be there with the person will help you meet and do things with each other, make families and stuff like that, live large and stuff like that, be happily ever after, right? But then that is a person for that particular thing to help you in that path. For the genes, genealogy kind of thing, help you get your life in that order. Your ancestors and the ancestors, they meet together because they want to recreate. This is for reproduction purposes. You're going to be reproducing something because it is good genetically for the ancestors and for what they're seeing ahead, right? You and that person, when you reproduce, it's good for your ancestors. So that means the ancestors are happy for you to marry that person, right? Then here we're talking about something totally different. You will be there with ancestors' chosen person, living there happily after. And then your person who's supposed to help you spiritually comes in. Because remember, marriage is, we're talking about now in an earthly thing. There are contracts that, that's why we have marriages, contracts. You marry, that's why even you see in marriage certificates, they say, for better, for health, until death do us part. But your soul partner, there's no until death do us part. Until even after death do us part, you'll still be partnering together. So there's no death in between. Death happens and you come in, you'll still be soul partners. But with the other one that you're talking about, death happens, and when you move in, death happens and you can move into another. If you still need to, your soul needs to experience another person, you still meet another person, you marry, and you continue, and the person goes again, then you continue, you marry, or you're no longer into the marriage, you marry another person. But the soul partner one, you cannot separate. You separate as in for you to heal or to grow or to help you deal with something spiritually that you need to deal with. Because if they're in your company, you cannot do and function properly because you'll be thinking things and feeling things, and therefore operating in your logical state. And you're supposed to operate in a spiritual state because you have to understand that it is for the growth of the soul. right? So therefore they go, but totally different things. So your question was, what happens to the chosen one, to Mary by the ancestors? Anyway, where were we? Okay. Gosh. Okay. What can you say about partners chosen by ancestors for you to marry? Yes, the ancestors will choose people for you to marry, and they will help you as well. And you will find comfort in the fact that your ancestors are happy with the people that we are married to, and you'll find the comfort in that, and you'll be living happily ever after. But I doubt when they bring in the soul partner that you'll be living happily ever after. Yes, happily ever after will happen, but then that one will keeps on sticking in needles for you to deal with that pain that the needle comes in and show you that there is something that you need to deal with. There's a pain that needs to be dealt with. You need to find out where the needle is stuck. Meaning that you need to understand what it is that you're experiencing. What is happening? Why? Why are you feeling like the way you're feeling? That is when the person is helping you deal with the things you're supposed to deal with. Anyway, what we were talking about, elevating. What if you experience a karmic twin flame and they cannot let go of you because they are failing to accept that they messed up the relationship and they keep blocking your true twin flame? There is no karmic twin flame. There is no twin flame that comes after that. As a person, you can make a mistake. You meet someone and you think they're your soul partner, and they're not your soul partner. They're just there to help you in that particular time in your life, to help you deal with the particular thing, and then they move on. They give you a little bit of the feeling, but it is not the twin flame. You cannot say there is a karmic twin flame. That means someone who comes in to help you deal with other things, and then when you're dealt with, you have to discard. Twin flame comes in and they stay. You, a human being, a physical living being, can make mistake and think that someone is something that they're not. When you have your ancestors, they will help you understand what it is that you're experiencing at that particular moment in time with that person that is giving you all that niceness before your other half comes in. They cannot come in and then come in afterwards. They cannot come in and then, like you say, I've got a soul partner now, and then that person goes, and then you meet someone else, and they give you all the feels, and then they make you forget about the soul partner. If in this lifetime you are introduced to your soul partner, that means they will stay in the background, they will still be there. What happens is that your ancestors, the spirits and the guides and the source, they will help quieten that beat, right? Where there is an ascending, when you've gone through the healing process and everything. So they quieten that beat. You know that they're there, they exist, but you don't have the kind of feelings that people feel, like that are inconveniencing you in a daily life, right? That stops you from moving on and experiencing life. Because remember, because some of them, they come in and they go, and you meet a soulmate. You meet someone that you will fall in love with, but it's not going to be the same kind of love that the soul partner brings in. When I'm saying soul partner and soulmate, I'm talking about two different things. Soulmate, yes, is a mate who happens to be, comes in, is a soulmate kind of thing. I'll just say soulmate. But soul partner is someone who is going to be there with you, and even when they die or you die, they'll still be there guiding you, helping you with the ancestor spirits and guides. They'll become part of the ancestor spirits and guides now, coming in full force to help you, right? If you're still left behind, they'll come in to help you, right? Spiritually, they'll be there helping you as a living being. And you can meet someone, they'll even help you meet someone who's going to be making you feel nice, right? Because come on, some of us, we need to hide in between the blankets. You're making me feel something. Because you are a human being. You need that kind of like a warmth. You need to feel the cold and the heat, the cold that people are supposed to make you feel, right? You don't want to be there and be thirsty and be thinking, oh, I'm thirsty and nothing is going to happen to me because I've got a soul partner and the soul partner is not there. People need to feel feels. Anyway, I'm going out of the way, but I'm being honest. Now, okay, can they mess up the relationship and they keep blocking your true twin flame? No one can block your twin flame. Your twin flame cannot block. Are you okay, sweetheart? That's my honey. That's my husband. No one can block your twin flame, your soul partner. No one can block them. They themselves cannot even block themselves from reaching out to you if they are guided. Remember that the whole thing is not controlled even by them. They're just there. They'll just mingle, right? When the higher source, the source, deem it fit, they'll be running towards you because there's nothing is controlled by them. Even you are not controlled by yourself. The whole thing is controlled. Free will. Free will. Free will. Is there free will? Free will. We'll talk about it another day. When these people are involved, it is by divine intervention. Free will, we can all say, I'm free to choose what I want, I'm free to do what I want, I am free, I'm free. Yeah, man, you free. When these people come in, that freedom, you're going to be just saying it. You're going to Google it and say, what is freedom? Where does the word free comes from? And what does will mean? And then you realize that when it comes to this divine helper, the whole thing is controlled. You are like puppets. I'm sorry to say this, but happy puppets, loved up puppets. The puppets who comes in and kiss each other when it's necessary and unkiss each other when it's not necessary. They're like, mwah, mwah. I'm talking about when you go in kind of meet and then you separate. You meet and separate. Anyway, Jamila, Tobela Jamila, I would like to know who administers this connection with your twin flame in dream state. Is it the ancestors or just my subconscious? Oh gosh, let me talk about this one. Let's talk about this one. This one. Ooh. There are two different things here. Two different things. Now, when that person comes in the dream state, you will know they've come in. And it is their higher self. Because when they come in the dream state, there will be difference. There will be difference, right? Now, that is when they come in the dream state. Now, let's say, now, sometimes you're thinking about these people. You're there, wishing during the day. You just want cuddles. You're missing something. Ooh, I just wish I could even get a text, or I wish I could just send a text. And unfortunately, you can't even send it. You can't even make a call because it is like everything is against your fingers from pressing buttons, right? And you're there wishing. Ooh, I wish. Ooh, I wish. I remember when we first met, the activation, when it happened. I remember the day when my Kundalini was kicking in. Ooh, and oh gosh, ooh, I'm thinking about that person. And then at night, your ancestors, they feel guilty, they feel bad. Then they bring the person in the dream state. Now, who comes into your dream state? Remember what you were thinking about, what you're doing, and stuff like that. And the person is not there, nowhere to be found. Remember, in the dream state, it is the place where you meet your ancestors, your spirits and guides. It is the place where you meet all the water spirits. It is the place where you meet even your twin flame. It is the place where everything, it is a place where we all mingle. It's a town, it's a city, it's a mall. We mingle in there. We do things in there. Now, during the day, you were thinking about things. Your people, they looked at you, they saw the things you worried about. They bring into the dream state. They show you things about what was worrying you about that person. Now, it is what you were thinking about, what you were worried about. Now they bring it into this dream state. What you were thinking about, what is actually happening, and what is stopping things from happening, parallel to your thoughts. They bring things in the dream state. You pushed it, then the dream state revealed it to you. Now, that is when you are finding it difficult to manage. So they have to make you understand what it is that is worrying you. Now, that is when you consciously have recreated something that has to be revealed to you in your conscious state for you to understand what is actually happening, right? Your thoughts are parallel. They are shown to you in the dream state. So you will meet your twin, even there, you will see your twin when they come in. They are not coming in with the energy of the twin coming from the higher beat of himself or herself, their higher self. It is something that your ancestors have helped you. Now they are helping you. Your ancestors, spirits and guides, they are helping you understand things. So they're using the image of that person to help you understand things. Now, when that person is coming in, their higher self, now this is the dream that is from the higher self, even you can wake up and reach out to them. They will tell you exactly what happened in your dream state, because their higher self coming to visit you, they have to visit you through the dream state. You're meeting each other, higher self to higher self in the dream state. You're going to be merging. Everything's going to be energetic. You're going to feel it. You're going to feel the feels. Even the meeting, you will be there vibrating in the dream state, trying to hear what they say. Like that, vibrating. Because remember that the energy is different. The energy is something else. You'll be there in the dream state, vibrating, trying to understand what they say. If by any chance they point at you or they touch you by mistake, you will go into a Kundalini awakening moment in the dream state. Because there are two energies merging with each other. You and your soul partner merging within the dream state. It is totally different. It's a totally different dream. It is you are. Even when you wake up, you will know that it was a match. You will know the difference. Even when you wake up, that what happened in the dream state was you becoming in union with this was source-based kind of meeting in the dream state. So when you wake up, you feel the feels. Even I tell you, if you were to meet in physical terms, you wouldn't even know how to look at each other, because you would have known that you energetically met together. Totally different things. I was answering Jemina with the question, I would like to know who administers this connection with your twin flame in the dream state. Is it ancestors or just my subconscious? Ancestors, they are dreaming with us. Ancestors are helping us in the dream state to understand the things that we're experiencing in real life, so that we can look at them properly. So they create scenarios in the dream state so that we can understand things that we're experiencing, right? For our growth, for our survival. So if something is bothering you, your ancestors, they will recreate things, they will even themes for you to understand. They will put in the people that you're thinking about, they will put them in there, then they will tell you a story, meaning that things are created specifically for you. But when it is the higher self beat of yourself, in the dream state, there will be difference. And they're not coming in there just because they're coming there. You were thirsty with each other. You wanted to be thirsty, drinking each other and stuff like that. They're coming in there because it's deep. Those are big dreams. There is something big that is going to be revealed. You okay, honey?
I am.
What is it that you want? What is it? Okay. So when they come in the dream state, the things that are going to be revealed, use it. You can go and get it. Okay. So the things that they show you is totally different. You will understand as well that the things that they are being revealed to you, it's different things. You can always tell. Remember that your ancestors, your ancestors, your higher self, right? When I'm saying higher self, meaning that your higher self, the source kind of thing, your ancestors, the people who are coming to help you, right, in this path, they're coming in, family members, other people who are coming in with other spirits and stuff like that. They're surrounding you, they're helping you on this path. So what they will have to do is that, remember that sometimes when you're on this journey, when you're in this soul partner journey, you'll find that a lot of things is energetical, right? So you can always tell when they come in, like when you are alone, you are left alone, right? That's why you see that we merge with each other. We merge. When you meet these people, when you meet them in physical term, when they activate you, activation meaning that when you become one with each other, when you're reminded of who you are, you meet each other, you merge, you become one, you become in alignment with each other. That's why there's that love bubble way. What the hell is happening? Oh, I can turn around and do the what they call it. I can do the things. What they call it? What they call it when you what they call it? You can go round in circle, like round without being dizzy, and you can go 100 times without being dizzy, because obviously they'll give you that power, isn't it? That you go round, fast, without like everything that is impossible for others becomes possible for you. You can be in the Guinness World Book of Record for going round in circle for more than 100 times without being dizzy, right? And fast. So when they come in, they make you feel like that. You're merging, you're becoming one, isn't it? The energy, you can feel that you've got that energy around you all the time. You're feeling it all the time. That's when you're feeling all that kind of love. You feel the activations, the chakras activating. You start hearing. You're hearing. Ancestors are opening up using this person. You're hearing. You're sensing things. Somehow now I can even smell wax on the candle. I wonder what they used. You start smelling things, and actually you can tell which one, what it is that smell is coming from. You can associate the smell with something else. Hey, you start glowing, isn't it? You glow. Your eyes, you open up. I mean, seriously, you open up. Your eyes, you start seeing things. I mean, you see things as you're supposed to see them. I mean, seriously, what else can I say? I mean, these people, they come and make you see things. I mean, if you were wearing glasses, they come in, they take the glasses off you. You start actually leaving glasses behind. You walk without glasses. You actually no longer need contact lenses. These people, they open it. They scrap all the things. They become opticians for you to see. Anyway, so they do all those kind of things and stuff like that. So, the energy, you can feel it. It's around you, right? You feel the energy. When you go to bed and when you're going to feel things, you can feel them coming in with the energy, isn't it? The energy comes in. It's supernatural, isn't it? It's really supernatural stuff. Not to get logical things. Energy comes in, stuff like that. Now, when you start going through the craziness, when you start wanting other things that cannot be found, that energy leaves you. It leaves you. It goes. That's when you feel alone. You start feeling alone, like, what's happening? Why am I alone? I didn't know that I can be alone. I can't manage being alone. I can't manage being alone. Then you start wondering, what the hell? You know, you start reaching out to healers. Please find me. I'm alone. And I'll be asking you, what happens? How come you're alone? Can you see if there's anyone around? You're looking around. I can't see anyone around me. And I said, is it your soul partner? Your soul partner has disappeared. Can you feel them spiritually? You'll be like, I can't even feel them. There's no energy at all. No vibrations. Anyway, let's be serious. Let's talk to each other. Hey, that is Jareen. It's so hard to have a small conversation in a dream, and then there's what feels like they're avoiding you or hiding themselves. Yes. And you need to be able to tell that in the dream, it is your ancestors using the person's image to give you a message, right? Because it can mess you up. The reason why I'm saying it can mess you up, because what that image of the person is doing in there, remember that they are there for your growth, they are there to help you, right? If you don't yet understand how to separate the conversation in physical terms, if the person is still alive with us, if you do not know how to tell what it is that they are giving you physically when you're talking to them, and what it is that your ancestors want you to dig deep and look into in the dream state, then you can be confused, because remember that sometimes due to whatever that you're experiencing, if it's inconveniencing your ancestors, meaning that your spiritual path, if it is inconveniencing them, that because it can, yes, you can be caught up in feelings that you're forgetting yourself. So your ancestors can do things, they can use that person to say things to you that you don't necessarily want to hear in the dream state, and you might be confused into thinking that it is what it is in reality, when it is not reality. It's when your ancestors want you to move from your thinking pattern, because it is disturbing even them in the spiritual realm, because you need to be fully functioning properly, working with them. But if physically you are caught up into the dreamland, too thirsty to go spiritual, then your ancestors have to do tricks in the dream state. So if you're not careful, you might be confusing the messages that your ancestors are trying to shift something about the way you think and look at things with the reality of what is actually happening with the physical living person and what they're saying to you. You need to understand ancestors and how they talk, because sometimes the messages can seem negative when it is not necessarily what is actually happening, but when it is what they want to shift your thinking pattern, because you've been a bother, you've been destructive in your thinking. So they need to make you think otherwise. So what happens is that sometimes, remember that they have to show you things that you need to see and understand. So remember that if it is a soul partner path, so they have to make you understand what is happening with that person, the reality of things that is happening there with your divine helper. Because sometimes if you don't know what is happening with them, you'll be just a mess. You can't even move on. So they'll reveal information about them in the dream state that you don't want to see, and you're refusing to see. And when you meet or talk to the physical living person, because as well they're in their ego stick moments, it will be confusing, because they're saying things and you're seeing things that they don't correspond. And then you, being a physical living person, you forget that you need to trust your ancestors. And then you start getting confused because of the things that your ancestors are showing you in the dream state and the things that you're seeing in real life are not corresponding, then you become a mess person, a messed up person. You're caught up in between the reality of what is real and what is not. I am talking about Lerato la Moya. They are not there for the, what they call it? Let's see. What is this? They are not there for the. Who in this world doesn't want kisses? And when I'm saying kisses, I'm talking about it lightly. Who in this world doesn't want that kind of spiritual kind of kisses? So if you're distracted, you're easily distracted with the physical bit of things, a messed up person you will become. And if you become too messed up as well, you can start reaching out to different directions to try to get you to numb the messed up you, meaning that you'll be reaching out to too many different people, trying to get people to say the things that you want to hear so that they make you feel good. Oh, it's coming back in 2 days. Ooh, it's coming back in 3 days. Oh, she's gonna be there. Oh, she's gonna be cooking for you. Oh, I don't want. Anyway, let's talk to each other about like spiritual people. Let's not make fun of this because this is a serious thing and people are crying a lot. We don't want people crying too much. We just want people to understand. Pain said, how does Pani or Pain, how does one navigate the relationship with soul partner when the relationship in real life is different in the spirit realm? In real life is different in the spirit realm. Okay. Oh, Nonhlanhla is here. Nonhlanhla is part of us. Okay, let's talk to Pain. Okay. How does one navigate the relationship with soul partner when the relationship in real life is different in the spirit realm? Like I was saying when I was answering that question about the dream state, the relationship, remember, the way we look at it, we need to look at it with spiritual eyes and think about it with thinking spiritual, right? And look at these people, the physical living people, the divine helpers, as divine as they are. And remember that they are our soul partners, right? Meaning that we're talking spiritual. When we're talking about soul, we're talking spiritual, right? Soul, spiritual. So what they are doing in real terms, the physical bit of things, is gonna be separate from what you're seeing in the spiritual bit of things. Because, like I said, they've got their soul path, even though you're parallel going towards the same thing. But you're walking on two different roads. They're walking on this road, you're walking on this road, but you're going towards the same thing because you're part of each other. You have to experience things, see things you're seeing. They have to experience things, see things as they're seeing, so that when you come together, you join in hands, you talk about the things that you've experienced. So you are coming with what your soul has experienced, they're coming with what the soul has experienced, and then you exchange. And then you so gain more broad experience of this lifetime, right? That is why they are there. They're coming in there for that reason. Now, if we were all walking on the same road with each other, as soul partners experiencing the same thing, let's say you meet meeting, you're together and stuff like that. What are they there to do for your soul growth? What are they there to do? If you're experiencing exactly the same thing, there is nothing to share. There's nothing new to share. There's nothing that will help build up your soul into something, into bigger things, like exploring different things. So you're all living the same things, you're all seeing the same things and stuff like that. Anyway, I've went out of your question, what you're asking me. So what the way they're living their life is what they're supposed to be living it as they're supposed to living it at this particular moment in time. You are the lucky ones that you've met at this lifetime, on this earthly realm, and to activate each other, to help each other, see things with your spiritual eyes, and understand things that are going to be good for you both. And when you nicely align and you both have grown as much as the soul can grow, you can nicely align with each other. That's when you meet physically, when you're talking about things that are rebuilding, things that are good for the soul, you see, I'm talking about, like, you talk and you are agreeing with everything that you're both saying. Even you find that you're saying something and they're adding up. Like you say, I was eating, they say eating because that's what you're doing. And I am, they're saying sing because that's what you're seeing, because you are aligned, totally in alignment. So you're so messed up that you become one. Sometimes you can actually lose yourself. You can be like in a trance when you're with them, because you're so aligned that you can't tell which one is which one are you, which one are they, which one is which. If you haven't got there, you'll get there. You get there, right? Yeah. Remember that we are going on the spiritual path one step at a time. Remember, don't try to run when you're supposed to be walking. You haven't even eaten as much as I have eaten. You want to run. You don't know that I was consuming so many pastas the day before. Mabele, I was eating mabele. And there you are. You had nothing. You haven't eaten anything. You start running. You think you can catch up with me. So what I'm saying is that we need to allow ourselves to experience what we are meant to be experiencing, and you walk our steps as we're supposed to walk them. If you're supposed to crawl, meaning that to learn your lessons the way that you're supposed to learn them, right? Is guided by people. Anyway, then I haven't answered you properly. It's different. Yes, they will be different in the spiritual part. Remember that everything that is revealed physically, spiritually, they will be revealing things to you the way that you're supposed to be revealed to you, in the nice way. So, if you want to validate things, spiritually, you can validate things with them when they're talking, when you're both at peace. Excuse me. But if you're both not at peace, there's nothing you're going to validate. You're going to be lying. I'm talking about not lying as in, because when they lie, that's when you wouldn't even want to hear them or even be around them. Because when they start talking things that they're not, they're lying, they're trying to lie, your spirit will kick them. You don't want to be around liars. You wouldn't want, you know, this is the person that you can always tell, is the only person that when you're around them and they start not being themselves, your soul won't deal with it, kicks them out. They disturb you. You can't be, you just want to be away from them. That is the energy that is disgusting. You can't be around that kind of energy. Kicks your energy, you kick them. They will just go. You can't be. The moment they start uttering nonsense, you'll just sorry, my thing. You'll just kick them. Like, anyway, you'll just kick them. The nonsense you can't take. Others can lie to you. People can lie and say, and listen to them and say, this one is starting to lie, this information is totally becoming this person is lying. You can listen to someone lying, and you can even say, I, oh, my brother, my sister, my friend is starting to lie, right? And you listen to them and say, I want to see how far they're gonna lie. Like, I just want to listen to this. This is unbelievable. It's a lie, I just want to see how far it's gonna get. But with them, the moment they start, with them is different. You just can't. You just can't. You really can't. You can't. I'm telling you, you just can't. That is energy level on a higher state. You get. It's like they trance you out of the physical realm. The moment they start about to say something that is not true, it's not them. They are trying to be what they're not. You it's like your body, you energetically, it's like something takes over. Like, this is not the thing that my soul needs. This kind of thing is it's not good for my spirit. Only them you can do that. The same thing as ancestors. The moment you start, they start telling you something, and you start becoming in your ego, the ancestors, they just leave, right? Even in the dream state, or if they're talking to you, they just leave, because you're becoming something they can't deal with. They leave. Ancestors, they leave you like that. When it's still like, what did you say about the muti? You say the name is what? And then you start thinking about, I need to buy shoes. Those shoes, they're like 50 pounds. Ancestors, they'll just go, because you're becoming materialistic. You're talking about things that they are not building. What is it that you're talking about? They come out, right? They'll come out of a trance so fast you wouldn't even believe it. Even you with that person, the divine lover or divine helper. The moment they start being what they are not, you can't take that. Nonka, what happened? Why is my phone like this? Okay. What happens? Oh, my battery is flat on this one. What happens when you and your twin flames are married to other people, and when you meet the person is heavenly there? Non-land, you deal with it. Your ancestors will help you manage that one. It is not easy thing, unfortunately. But what happens will happen. That one, unfortunately, even ancestors, there is nothing that they can do. The soul, when they meet each other in that particular way, passion. Remember that your ancestor spirits and guides, they will guide you against the romantic beat of things, because you are not supposed to be doing the romantic side of things. So your ancestors, spirits and guides, they will try by all means to help you see things as you're supposed to see them, knowing that that is a problem. They will keep on trying to help you manage that bit, because it's the most difficult bit for you as a physical living person. That one. Unfortunately, there's nothing that anyone out there can say to you, especially when you're going through it. There's nothing out there. It is something that you die alone just thinking about it, right? The only people that can help advise you with that is ancestors, spirits, and guides, because that is the most difficult bit of it. That one. That is when you find yourself asking ancestors, why did they? And ancestors will be saying, but what are you asking us? You chose this. You'll be like, why did you? And ancestors will be saying, but you chose this. We are just here to help you see it as you're supposed to see it, and we will help you. My child, think about it properly. Remember that you are a married man or you're a married woman. You need to behave like one, right? My child, you do not want to do things that are not like right? But remember that when you're on this spiritual path, they will help you manage that bit, because spiritually, that bit will be sorted. That bit will be solved. You'll be fine spiritual. You feel the field nicely spiritual. Hey, can I add details to my above question? I see you've touched on it because yes, it is confusing and ego gets in the way. So say physically you and soul partner fight and argue in real life, but dream state you're communicating well and he's telling you what's really going on with him. When do the realms align? Uh, answered. Okay, so it's a process of alignment. Yes, it is. It is. It is. It is. Uh, and the funny bit about that one is so funny. If you are the spiritual one, remember that you're both spiritually. You're both spiritual. It's just that the way things are being revealed to you and the way things are being revealed to them, they might not come together at the same time. Sometimes they do come. Information is coming together at the same time. Sometimes information is coming to you because at that particular time you have to go through other things. So you need to process things faster, and then they are slowly processing it, right? That's when we're talking about alignment. You're processing it faster than them. They're slowly processing it. Then when they do, you become in alignment, right? Then that's when you talk about what it is. But why did you lie to me about this? And you were experiencing it. Ah, yes, explanation. Then you find that when you're talking, when you're peacefully talking with each other, you'll find that the whole thing is not, they are not intentionally, not, they are not intentionally doing the things that they're doing or saying things that they say. It's divine, by divine intervention, that they become, they do or say things they're supposed to say to you at that particular time, because you need to go or experience other things that you need to experience. So they say things that are not in alignment with what you're experiencing and seeing in the dream state. So yes, it happens a lot. And it's so beautiful because when alignment happens, when you're both in properly in sync with each other, in alignment with each other, you find that you for a few seconds or a few minutes you talk about everything, and everyone is positive about things. You're talking about the experience, the things that you're experiencing or the things that you've experienced, and you know, they validate other things that you wanted them to validate for a long time. They say them, and you know, like as if like something that's like you ask yourself, but why now? Why now? You left me hanging for months, and why now? But it is at that time, it is the right time for them to actually say those things to you. But then the following day, they're like, they've never said it, they've never validated anything, they've gone back to like, you don't exist. I, hey, you have to actually have lived this journey to understand what it is that is being revealed to you. Otherwise, if you do not listen to ancestors, spirits, and guides, like I'm saying, you think you're going crazy. It is a spiritual path. It is part of ancestral path. Actually, is higher than that. This one, because your ancestors, they move on, right? Your ancestors, the ones you meet at the early stages, the ones who even explain these things to you, they move on because they go through the things that they have to go through with you. They process whatever that they need to process. They go through other spiritual realms, right? They have to leave you with other guides. So the person will stay, your ancestors will move on, the person will still be there. So your other people will come in, spirits, new things comes in, that one will still be there. So it is your soul partner. You're partnered with that person so that you can see things properly as you're supposed to see them, spiritual things. So physically, you're lucky that they're there to help push you into seeing things faster as you're supposed to see them. So they are bigger like that, in that way. They are helping you. And if you are in a relationship, like it can be hectic. It can be hectic. If you're a man, it can be hectic. If you're in the soul partner route, it can be hectic, especially if you are with the person who hasn't matured spiritually to understand what it is that you as a man are experiencing with that kind of thing, being exposed to that kind of divine helper who happens to be a woman, or who sometimes might happen to be a man, and you are in a relationship with a woman, or you are a woman in a relationship with a man, and you meet your divine lover in the form of a woman, your soul partner in the form of a woman, and you are in a marriage with a man, and then you're caught up. You don't know what is what. What are you supposed to do? What are you actually supposed to be eating? Supposed to be eating which one is which? Because the whole thing is energetical, is spiritual. So when you understand what it is that happens to two people spiritually, you understand that physically, as human beings, we will want to be touched physically, but this is a spiritual things, right? That's what I'm talking about. When you're a man married to a woman, and you meet your spiritual partner who happens to be a man, and you're in that kind of thing. So how do you navigate that? Because the whole thing is a spiritual thing, meaning that energies, depending on what it is that is lacking within you, is going to come in that bit as in a male format, physical male format, or female format, female format kind of thing. I'm talking about physical people. Now, remember, I'm talking about marriage. You're married to a woman. As a man, you meet a woman who is your spiritual partner, not partner, who's your soul partner. As a woman, you're married to a man. You're meeting your soul partner who happens to be a woman. Or you're married to a woman. As a woman, you meet a soul partner who happens to be a man, and you thought you were. Or you are a male who happens to be in a male kind of relationship with a male, and then you meet your soul partner who happens to be a woman, or you're a female, and your soul partner is a male who sees males, and you are like, you cannot do anything about it, because remember, it is a spiritual thing. Even you know, that's when your understanding becomes higher. Like, hey, suddenly I'm like easygoing. Easygoing. I understand. They're like that because they were born like that, and they're like that. And me, I'm spiritual. I understand spiritual things. Your understanding becomes high. Like, it is as beautiful as it's supposed to be, because everything is beautiful, right? You talk like that. Actually, even your voice goes down. Hi, man. Hi, this one, you just have to understand. Hi, but they're married. Hi, but they have to be with their things. Their family. For me, I'm just like a soul partner. I'm just divine helper. Your voice goes down. Man, as a man as well, your voice goes down. I understand that, woman. You start talking like that. Hey, man, you are sharing now. I understand. As for me, I'm a divine lover. We understanding each other now. Anyway, let's finish this. We can't go too far. We'll talk about this another time. My Jim is a catalyst for my spiritual journey. He just refuses to accept my similar input in his life. Then when disaster strikes, he remembers I exist. Then after comforting, he disappears. Yes, they will be there quicker. If you're in trouble, they'll be there quicker. You will be there quicker for them if they're in trouble. You'll be guided to go to them. If you're talking to your ancestor spirits and guides, they will come quickly running towards you. You'll see them crying for your help, and then you run towards them to help them because you know Even then, when you're crying for help, they'll run towards you to help you because that's what they're there for. You don't need to call them. You don't need to make a call. They'll come. They'll come. They'll reach out to you. Even though sometimes some of them who are not like spiritual, they will call, but they wouldn't know why they're calling you. But you will know why they're calling you because you know that you need to hear from them, not for sex or for kisses, for spiritual matters, right? You know they will reach out, especially when you're stuck somewhere in one of the dimensional state called the emotional state, mental state. They'll reach out and they'll, like, hey, how are you? As if they don't know why, right? Ooh, you in the ego. I am fine. Deep down, you're not. You're excited. They reach out. Anyway, lovers who cannot be with the people that they are meant to be with, soul partner, remember that this is a spiritual path that you need to be guided in your dreams. You need to be guided. You need to listen to what they're saying to you. Not what they're saying to you when they're in an ego state. What they're saying and what they are not saying to you. Because remember, when you're talking to them, you need to go back to your intuition. Listen with, remember that when you meet these people, they'll take you back to your intuition. That beat will kick in first. You need to listen to what they are not saying to you. And you need to listen to what they are saying to you, because some not saying are cries. Some not sayings are something for you to try to find out what it is that is not being said about you. Remember that they reflect to you things that you need to look at. Anyway, so that is just that. And khanyang. I would say